Hi, my name is Annette, and I'm here at Renew Clinic. I am a survivor of domestic violence. My mother, however, was not. She was a homicide victim of domestic violence. And so that is a topic that is very near and dear to my heart, as well as recovery, because of my own personal story. And I wanted to take a minute to talk to you about the difference between lament and depression. Because if you've experienced a lot of trauma in your life, sometimes you still wake up and feel sorrowful. You still feel sad without knowing why. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you are depressed or have depression. Lament is something that after you are in the healing process, that you are directly voicing your sorrow and what you've experienced with that trauma to God. You're saying, hey, this is how I feel, but I'm still focusing on you. I'm still worshiping you. And I'm pointing all this in your direction, as opposed to the world, substances, relationships, things like that. Why is it important to talk about lament within the church, within support groups, within the domestic violence survivor community? It's important because oftentimes after the trauma, when you're still experiencing sorrow, or that person is still experiencing things come up from the trauma, that validation of saying, hey, it's okay to feel whatever it is that you're feeling. It's reasonable and it makes sense that you would still feel sad because of what you've been through. And the freedom that comes from that might not necessarily be that you are a depressed person. It might be that you're still feeling sad because you've went through some things that are incredibly traumatic. If you are experiencing domestic violence, there are resources available to you. I think the first step that you would want to take is that you would reach out to somebody. I know that in many situations you can't just leave. You need a plan. And you don't have to do that alone. There is a national hotline number that we'll put on the screen, and there's also a state hotline number. If you are struggling with substance misuse, which often goes hand in hand in domestic violence, there are many places you can go to. We would love to have you reach out to Renew. But if you find those support networks, then you can meet people that can help you make a plan. And there are many resources available. You don't have to continue in the situation that you're in.